House will please come to order. Those persons not having privilege of the floor will please vacate the chamber. All members and guests in the galleries will please rise as we are led in prayer today by the gentleman from the 53rd District, Delegate Levitt.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let's bow our heads. Our Father in heaven, we are so grateful to be here together in this legislative body. We are very, very grateful, Father, for the fellowship and the friendship that we have, not only with those who are here, but with those throughout our state who we love and who we are very grateful to serve. Father, we pray that thou wouldst guide us, that we may be wise in the decisions that we make. We pray that thou wouldst help us to be mindful of how they will affect the lives of everyday individuals. And we pray that we can do our very best to apply the injunctions to love our neighbors as ourselves, to carry one another's burdens, and to lift up the arms that hang down. We are so grateful to live in this land of freedom. We are so happy to be able to celebrate the 250th anniversary of our nation. And we pray that thou wouldst help us to do everything that we can to preserve that freedom so that those who live here can be able to live lives of prosperity and have wonderful quality of life. We love thee. We are grateful for all that we have. And we say this in the name of thy Son, Jesus Christ. Amen.
Please remain standing as we are led in the Pledge of Allegiance today by the gentleman from the 14th, Delegate Foggin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Everyone, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Members and guests may be seated. Reading of the Journal.
Journal of the House of Delegates, February 4th, 2026.
Gentleman from the 48th District, Delegate Watt.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that the further reading of the Journal be dispensed with and that it is approved as having been read.
Gentleman from the 48th District, Delegate Watt, asks unanimous consent that the further reading of the Journal be dispensed with and that it be approved as having been read. Are there objections? No objections are heard. Further reading of the Journal will be dispensed with. Gentleman from the 1st.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent to proceed to the 7th order of business for the purpose of taking up a resolution.
Are there objections to proceeding directly to consideration of resolutions at this time? No objections are heard.
House Resolution 9, honoring the life and public service of the Honorable Douglas John Scaff, Jr.
All members and guests will please rise. Gentleman from the 1st.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that the committee reference be dispensed with, the resolution be taken up for immediate consideration and put upon its adoption.
Are there objections? No objections are heard. Clerk will please read the resolution. Gentleman the 1st.
Mr. Speaker, the Kanawha delegation is now escorting to the well of the chamber Doug's wife, Marissa, joined by family and close friends.
Clerk will please read the resolution.
House Resolution 9, honoring the life and public service of the Honorable Douglas John Scaff, Jr., and expressing the condolences of the West Virginia House of Delegates on his passing. Whereas Doug Scaff, Jr. was a proud native of South Charleston, West Virginia, whose deep roots in the Kanawha Valley informed a lifetime of commitment to the betterment of his community and the state of West Virginia. And whereas Doug was a graduate of West Virginia University and served as president of the student body, was founder of the Mountaineer Maniacs, and co-founder of the WVU Up All Night program. And whereas he earned a bachelor's degree in marketing in 2000, a master's degree in industrial labor relations and business management in 2002, and an honorary degree in public service in 2012. And whereas he first answered the call to public service in 2008, being elected to the West Virginia House of Delegates to represent the 30th District and later the 35th and 57th Districts, serving multiple terms characterized by energetic advocacy for economic development, energy initiatives, and the well-being of West Virginia families. And whereas Doug rose to the position of Minority Leader of the House of Delegates, a role in which he demonstrated remarkable leadership, a keen legislative mind, and a unique ability to foster dialogue across the aisle in pursuit of the common good. And whereas, beyond his legislative career, Doug was a dynamic businessman and entrepreneur, contributing to the state's economic landscape through his work in the building materials industry, Scaff Family Enterprises, and as a media executive, bringing the same passion to the private sector that he brought to the House floor. And whereas, Doug was known for his infectious energy, his unwavering optimism, and his deep devotion to his family, being a loving husband to his wife Marissa, a dedicated father to his 3 sons, Andrew, Elias, and Alexander, and as a son to his parents, Doug Sr. and Mary Ann, and brother to Teresa and Thomas. And whereas his legacy will be remembered not only through the laws he helped craft, but through the friendships he forged and the mentorship he provided to many who sought to serve the Mountain State. Therefore, be it resolved by the House of Delegates that the House of Delegates hereby honors the life, service, and legacy of the Honorable Doug J. Scaff, Jr., and expresses its most sincere condolences to his family and friends. Be it further resolved that the Clerk of the House of Delegates prepare a certified copy of this resolution to be presented to the family of Doug Scaff, Jr. as a token of the high esteem in which his memory is held by the members of this body.
Ladies and gentlemen, the question before the House is on the adoption of the resolution. Roll call vote on the resolution is demanded. Is the demand sustained? The demand is sustained. The question before the House is, shall the resolution be adopted? Those in favor of adoption will please vote aye. Those opposed will please vote no. The clerk will prepare the machine. Clerk will also please record the votes of those members escorting our guests to the well of the chamber today as having voted in the affirmative. Clerk will please close the machine. On this question, the vote is unanimous. The chair declares this resolution adopted. House will please be at ease while the chair presents this resolution. Members and guests may be seated at this time. The order of business is still on consideration of resolutions. Chair recognizes the gentleman first.
Mr. Speaker, I ask unanimous consent that the further reading resolutions introduced be dispensed with, and that each resolution be considered as having been formally introduced and referred to the appropriate committee as indicated on the chamber automation system.
Gentleman the first, ask unanimous consent that the further reading of resolutions introduced be dispensed with, and that each resolution be considered as having been formally introduced and referred to the appropriate committees as indicated on the chamber automation system. Are there objections? No objections are heard. Introductions. Introductions. Gentleman the 40th, I got Cooper.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have two introductions. First of all, visiting from my little hometown of Hinton, West Virginia, and from the Summers County Middle School is my cousin, Freddie Gill. If Freddie would stand up. And his mother is somewhere in one of the galleries, Amanda. If she would also stand up, and let's please make them feel welcome. My second introduction, Mr. Speaker, is former delegate and my friend Rick Atkinson is in the back of the chamber somewhere. If he would wave, and please make him feel welcome. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Gentleman the 59th, Douglas Shamlin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have 2 pages to introduce today. Carson Breedlove, Brady Ullum. They are accompanied by Melanie Breedlove, and they both attend Andrew Jackson Middle School. If the House could make them feel welcome.
Gentleman the 8th, I got Bell.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If I direct your attention to the West Gallery today, we have Stephen Thomas. If you please stand. Stephen Thomas is the mayor of Friendly. He is the vice president of the West Virginia Oil and Gas Festival Board and the entertainment chairman. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say that the 58th Annual West Virginia Oil and Gas Festival is September 16th through 19th in Sistersville. If the House could please make him feel welcome.
Gentleman from the 23rd, I got Worrell.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today I have a constituent with me in the West Gallery, one of the hardest young men I know. If he would stand, Chad Booth would stand up, and if the House would please make him feel welcome.
Gentleman from the 16th, I got Parsons.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning, everyone. If I can draw your attention to the North Gallery, I have a guest today. I'd like to introduce the Administrator of Jackson County Health Department, Mrs. Amy Haskins. Would the House please make her feel welcome?
Lady from the 70th, I got Petito.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and good morning, everyone. I'm very proud to introduce to you all our Clarksburg professional firefighters, and they are in the North Gallery, and I'd ask them to please stand. We have Jonathan Brady, Jared Campbell, Justin Blake, Jeremiah Hastings, Jonathan Curry, and Scott Boxfield. Please make them feel welcome. Thank you, guys.
Gentleman from the 46th, I got Campbell.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Delegate Canterbury and I are joined today by 2 guests in our West Gallery. If they'll stand when I call their name, please. Nikki Evans, she is the Director of Nursing and Administrator of the Greenbrier County Health Department, and Dr. Bridget Morrison, who is Greenbrier County's Health Officer and Medical Director of their Health Department. Will the House please give them a wild and wonderful West Virginia welcome?
Gentleman from the 36th, I got Green.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm very pleased to introduce my cousin in the North Gallery, Julie Green, and my son, Joseph Green, if the House would make them feel welcome.
Gentleman from the 14th, I got Foggin.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. On behalf of us from Wood County, I'd like to introduce some firefighters up in the South Gallery. We have Adam Delball, Elise Kornmiller, and good friend and former student of mine, Evan Flynn. If you guys would stand up and if you would give them a hand. Thank you guys for coming.
Gentleman from the 75th, Douglas Mallow.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. It's my pleasure today, on behalf of Delegate Garcia, Delegate Ward, and myself, to welcome from Fairmont a member of the West Virginia Propane Gas Association, Danielle Gorby. Please make her feel welcome. And I also have in the South Gallery a friend and a member of the Fairmont Fire, Andrew Goodwin. Please make him feel welcome.
Gentleman from the 50th, Douglas Pritt.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning, colleagues. It is my distinct honor on behalf of the Fayette County delegation to recognize a couple very special students from our county who attend Meadow Bridge High School. They're in the South Gallery. The West Virginia Secretary of State's office hosts the prestigious Jennings Randolph Award for Civic Engagement. This award is designed to recognize the state's high schools for their student-led involvement in West Virginia's voter registration process. Any high school that registers at least 85% of their eligible seniors to vote earns this award. The principal of any high school that earns this award is then eligible to nominate 2 students who were active in the voter registration effort to be recognized as honorary secretaries of state. Meadow Bridge High School in Fayette County is one of this year's Jennings Randolph Award winners, and they have been the only school throughout the entire history of the award to win every consecutive year. This is their 32nd year winning this award. The school is represented here today by 2 of their honorary secretaries of state. So if they would stand up. Seated in the gallery today with West Virginia Secretary of State Chris Warner, Fayette County Clerk Michelle Holly, their civics teacher Mr. Corey Woodrum, our Miss Mackenzie Sawyers, and Mr. Trip Rolls. I really hope that you all make them feel welcome this morning. Thank you.
Gentleman from the 18th, Douglas Butler.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Joining us in the South Gallery, if you'd stand up, Bo, is my friend and pastor from Gallipolis Ferry, Bo Burgess, and he's also a representative for West Virginia Baptists for Biblical Values, and we appreciate all you do with the House. Please welcome him.
Gentleman from the 24th, Douglas Lucas.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I have a page visiting with us today. She's an 11th grader from Huntington High School, McKaylee Chris. Please make her feel welcome.
Gentleman from the 49th, Douglas Adkins.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Down here today from Nicholas County, from our health department, Dr. Anita Stewart, the director, and Kim Major. And from the Webster County Health Department, Charles Green. Please make them welcome.
Gentleman from the 80th, Douglas Williams.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the South Gallery, we're joined by some firefighters from the city of Morgantown. We've got Scotty McShane, Matt Chisler, Robert Wolf, Dan Horbacheski, and Tad Debo Dalton. If they would all please stand, if the House will give them a warm welcome.
Lady from the 56th, Douglas Young.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Good morning, everyone. I am excited to be joined by a page who's helping me right this second. His name's London Donahoe. He's from Huntington High School. If everyone can make him feel welcome.
Gentleman from the 25th, Douglas Hornbuckle.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and good morning, colleagues. Have several introductions this morning. First, in the West Gallery, have some friends from the Cabell Huntington Health Department. Would they please rise and please make them feel welcome? We also have with us, I'm not sure what gallery they might be in, but we also have some firefighters from Huntington. House, please make them feel welcome. And we also have in the West Gallery former Delegate Mike Farrow, and right to my immediate right, former Delegate Andrew Byrd. House, please make them feel welcome. And then last but not least, I do have a page today, if she would stand up right in front of me, Miss Jenna Lindsay from Huntington High School, and she is the West Virginia Future Business Leaders of America's state president. Please make her feel welcome.
Gentleman from the 5th, Dr. Fluharty.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the West Gallery, we have the administrator for the Marshall County Health Department, Joanne Dobbs. If she would stand in the House, make her feel welcome.
Gentleman from the 68th, Dr. Phillips.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. In the North Gallery, we have joining us Barber County native and friend of mine, Dr. Marty Carpenter. Please make him feel welcome.
Are there further introductions? If not, standing committee reports.
Your Committee on the Judiciary has had under consideration House Bill 4053 to establish the Blue Envelope Program, House Bill 4179 to create felony charge for individuals who assault police officers or police dogs, House Bill 4345 relating to the preservation of missing persons records and evidence, House Bill 4468 relating to confidentiality of court files and law enforcement records, House Bill 4600 require all ballots for primary and general elections be received not later than the close of the polls on Election Day. And House Bill 4893, increase the penalties for contempt of court in a magistrate court and reports committee substitutes back, therefore, with the recommendation that each do pass.
Report will be received.
Your Committee on Energy and Public Works has had under consideration House Bill 4011 relating to facilitating the implementation of the certification of mass balance attribution by third-party certificates to promote waste reduction practices by facilitating the use of recycled material in the feedstock for new products, and reports committee substitute back, therefore, with recommendation of committee substitute do pass.
Report will be received.
Your Committee on the Judiciary has had under consideration House Bill 4749 relating to adding requirements to the Foster Child Bill of Rights, and reports the same back with the recommendation that the bill do pass.
Report will be received. Further standing committee reports. If not, select committee reports. Executive messages, Senate messages.
The Clerk of the Senate announces that the Senate has passed the following bills. Senate Bill 155 relating to adjunct teaching permits.
That message will be received. Bill will be referred to the Committee on Education.
Committee substitute for Senate Bill 210, modifying oversight provisions for Legislative Oversight Commission on Health and Human Resources Accountability.
Message will be received. The bill will be referred to the Committee on Health and Human Resources.
Committee substitute for Senate Bill 532, relating to certified public accountants.
Message will be received. The bill will be referred to the Committee on Finance. Do you have other Senate messages? If not, petitions. Bills introduced.
House Bill 5200, creating Office of Entrepreneurship.
Gentleman from the 1st.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I ask unanimous consent to further reading of bills introduced be dispensed with, and each bill be considered as having been formally introduced and referred to the appropriate committees as indicated on the chamber automation system.
Gentleman from the 1st, ask unanimous consent that the further reading of bills introduced be dispensed with, and that each bill be considered as having been formally introduced and referred to the appropriate committees as indicated on the chamber automation system. Are there objections? No objections are heard. Motions. Unfinished business. Bills on third reading.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4606, relating to the meaning of residence for the purpose of bail.
The question before the House is, shall the bill pass? Are there objections to having the bill explained in lieu of having the bill read? No objections are heard. Gentleman from the 55th, Douglas Akers, to explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. House Bill 4606 requires a judicial officer to consider residency, ties to the community, and risk of flight when determining good cause for purposes of pretrial release. Clarifies that this section is to be read consistently with the code disallowing a magistrate to release a person charged with a felony on his or her own recognizance, and clarifies that where the judicial officer is required to consider the defendant's character for purposes of setting bail, he or she must also consider the person's status as a resident of West Virginia and/or the United States. It's a brief explanation of the bill, Mr. Speaker. I urge passage.
The question before the House is, shall the bill pass? Is there debate on the bill? Gentleman from the 57th, Douglas Lewis, is recognized on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll just reiterate my points that I made yesterday. I think this has the potential to raise our jail bills. In addition, this is a practice that magistrates already do. We consider residency, ties to the community, different things of that nature. So, again, just consider that when you vote. Thanks.
Is there additional debate on the bill? Gentleman from the 80th, Douglas Williams, is recognized on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Folks, I think, I can't speak to the law as well as my colleague here who actually spent time as a magistrate. And so I won't try to, but I will say that in terms of what we are continuing to do to jack up the jail bill on our counties, and when you go up there at those finance hearings and you hear the Department of Corrections, what they're having to spend, how their budget is growing year by year by year, we need to think about these bills, and we need to start having some companion bills that have some ideas as to how we're going to pay for this stuff. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Is there other debate on the bill? Does the gentleman wish to close debate on the bill? Gentleman from the 55th to close debate on the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'll just respond to the last comments and say that this body has expanded community corrections over the previous or the recent years to allow judges to set alternative sentencing for people who we believe are still safe in the community. We'd like for them to have jobs and raise their children and not be incarcerated. So this legislature has repeatedly shown its desire to implement programs that keep people out of prisons or jails, except for the worst offenders. And we all know that back home, our voters generally tell us that they want us to be tougher on crime. That's one of the mandates we're sent here with. When those crimes deserve those types of punishments, I just want to push back a little bit and say, all this does is reiterates that if you're arrested on a felony charge, you just don't qualify for PR bond in front of a magistrate. A circuit judge can give it to you, but you can still get a PR bond in front of that circuit judge. But felony obviously is a serious charge, and you get a chance within 5 days to appear before a circuit judge and argue why you should get that PR bond. The magistrate can still set you with a cash bond or cash bail, so you're not required to be incarcerated. And, we recognize the jail costs, and that's why we're trying to implement changes in the community corrections to allow those as options. So this is not a one-way street here. This body has really tried to come up with creative solutions to what we recognize as a problem. I urge passage.
The question before the House is, shall the bill pass? Those in favor of passage of the bill will please vote aye. Those opposed will please vote no. The clerk will prepare the machine. Has every member voted? If so, the clerk will please close the machine and ascertain the result on this question. We have 92 ayes, 2 nays, and 5 members absent. Majority of the members having voted in the affirmative, the chair declares the bill passed. The clerk will please report the title.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4606.
Are there title amendments?
Delegate Akers moves to amend the title.
The question is on adoption of the title amendment. Those in favor of adoption of the title amendment will please say aye. Those opposed will please say no. The ayes have it, and the chair declares the title amendment adopted. The title is amended by the House will be and remain the title of the bill. The clerk will please communicate the action of the House to the Senate. Next bill on third reading.
House Bill 4696 authorizes the Department of Environmental Protection to deposit funds granted pursuant to federal programs.
The question before the House is, shall the bill pass? Are there objections to having the bill explained in lieu of having the bill read? No objections are heard. Gentleman from the 10th, Douglas Anderson, to explain the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This bill comes at the request of the Department of Environmental Protection. The Federal Office of Surface Mining has a considerable amount of money available to clean up abandoned mine lands, but needs us to revise this statute before the Office of Surface Mining will grant us the money. The proposed bill broadens the sources of money which may be deposited into the abandoned mine lands funds. The bill also allows for more flexibility for DEP for future deposits of federal money. These monies would be used to help us clean up the abandoned coal mine lands of the state. The funding is available from the federal government. We need to change our laws slightly in order to be able to, the feds to tell us to accept the money. I urge passage of the bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Question before the House is, shall the bill pass? Is there debate on the bill? Gentleman from the 79, Douglas Hanson, is recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I think it was around 29 years ago when I moved to Morgantown, and it didn't take me long to notice that Deckers Creek that runs through downtown Morgantown was bright orange, polluted from acid mine drainage from old abandoned coal mines that were mined decades ago, a long time ago. And I remember going to local leaders and asking them how we can help fix that, and remember being told, that's the way it's always been, that's the way it's always going to be. But this bill could help change that. You know, I got involved, like a lot of people across the state, in a local watershed association that are doing great things to bring funding and build partnerships across the state to help address these issues. And a lot of good has come from those efforts, but there are still a lot of abandoned coal mines across the state that are polluting our water, and we need additional funding to address those. And the federal government did a good thing in 2021 when they passed the bipartisan infrastructure law. They made a commitment to provide $11 billion of funding over 15 years to states that still have abandoned mine lands. So I wanted to commend everybody who made the bipartisan infrastructure law happen, everybody who took those hard votes and had that commitment, because it was a big deal for West Virginia. In recent years, West Virginia has been allocated about $140 million a year to clean up these sites. But this bill will allow us to accept that money. So what this means for West Virginia, it's not just cleaner streams. This is not just an environmental bill. This is an economic development bill. Because in order to build these treatment plants, we need to create jobs. We need to hire engineers and architects. We need to hire people from the building and construction trades to build these things. There are jobs in ongoing operations and maintenance. And then there's also jobs in local communities as these streams are turned from liabilities into assets. There's jobs in our hospitality industry as more people stay in our hotels, or as there are opportunities for restaurants or bars alongside our rivers and streams. As people come to communities to fish and to enjoy their local waters. So this is a good example of a bill that combines environmental protection with economic development, and I'm very enthusiastically supporting it.
Is there further debate on the bill? Does the gentleman from the 10th wish to close debate on the bill?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I urge support of the bill, and I want to thank the gentleman from Monongalia for his bipartisan support of this legislation. Thank you.
Debate on the bill is now closed. Question before the House is, shall the bill pass? Those in favor of passage of the bill will please vote aye. Those opposed will please vote no. The clerk will prepare the machine. Has every member voted? If so, the clerk will please close the machine and ascertain the result on this question. We had 94 ayes, 0 nays, and 5 members absent. A majority of the members having voted in the affirmative, the chair declares the bill passed. The clerk will please report the title.
House Bill 4696.
Are there title amendments?
Delegate Anderson moves to amend the title.
The question now is on adoption of the title amendment. Those in favor of adoption of the title amendment will please say aye. Those opposed will please say no. The ayes have it. The chair declares the title amendment adopted. The title as amended by the House will be and remain the title of the bill. The clerk will please communicate the action of the House to the Senate. Are there further bills on third reading? If not, bills on second reading.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4012 relating to reducing the
Gentleman first.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Unanimous consent to postpone action 1 day.
Are there objections to postponing action 1 day on the bill? No objections are heard. Action on the bill will be postponed by 1 day. Further bills on second reading.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4026 relating to expanding the requirements for integrated resource plans utility companies must file with the Public Service Commission.
Are there amendments? If not, the bill will be advanced.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4382 require collection agencies to provide 30 days notice prior to wage garnishment.
Are there amendments? If not, the bill will be advanced.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4461 establishing limitations on billing practices of internet or telecommunications providers that fail to provide subscribed customer service for 5 or more days.
Are there amendments? If not, the bill will be advanced.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4552 relating to the law enforcement powers of correctional officers.
Are there amendments? If not, the bill will be advanced.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4570 to make the posting of a summons in a conspicuous place on rental property acceptable service when a tenant is unavailable for personal service.
Are there amendments? If not, the bill will be advanced.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4625 relating to quitclaim deeds.
Are there amendments? If not, the bill will be advanced. Other bills on second reading? If not, bills on first reading.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4198 E-Verify Safe Harbor Act.
Bill will be advanced.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4522 banning foreign-backed spending on state ballot issues.
Bill will be advanced.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4755 adding aggravated vehicular homicide to the list of qualifying offenses.
Bill will be advanced.
Committee substitute for House Bill 4982 Make West Virginia Healthy Act of 2026.
Bill will be advanced. Are there other bills on first reading? If not, leaves of absence. Gentleman first.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. For our colleagues, Delegates Jordan, Kump, McCormick, Doug Smith, and Vance.
Are there objections to leaves of absence being granted? No objections are heard, and those leaves of absence will be granted. Miscellaneous business, or introductions. Gentleman, the 92nd, Douglas Height.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. If I could direct your attention to the South Gallery from Berkeley County, way up in the Eastern Panhandle, from the Department of Health, Dr. Kevin McLaughlin. If Kevin could stand up and please give him a warm welcome.
Gentleman, the 28th, Douglas Browning.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I am pleased to announce that, sponsored by the West Virginia Academy of Family Physicians and celebrating their 37th anniversary of Doc for the Day program, today's doctor is Wes Lafferty. I would say make him feel welcome, but I think he has stepped out of the office here, so make him feel welcome.
Are there other introductions? If not, miscellaneous business. Gentleman, the first.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I move, subject to announcements, the House adjourn until tomorrow, 11 a.m.
Are there announcements? Gentleman, the 72nd.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your subcommittee on appropriations will meet today, February 5th at noon in the Finance Committee room for a committee meeting. The agenda is posted. Your Committee on Finance will meet tomorrow at 9 a.m. for a committee meeting and a budget hearing from the West Virginia Public Service Commission and the Consumer Advocate. The agenda will be posted.
Gentleman, the 41st, Delegate Maynor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The Judiciary Committee and subcommittees will meet on Friday, February 6th in the Judiciary Committee room. Committee on Judiciary will meet at 9 a.m. Republican members of the committee will caucus in the chairman's office at 8:45 a.m. Subcommittee on Legal Services will meet at 9:45 a.m. Subcommittee on Homeland Security will meet at 10 a.m. and the Subcommittee on the Courts will meet at 10:15 a.m. and all agendas will be posted.
Gentleman, the 68th, Delegate Phillips.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your Standing Committee on Government Organization will meet today at 1 p.m. in the Government Organization Committee room. The agenda is posted, and Republicans will caucus at 12:45 in the chair's office. Your Subcommittee on Government Administration will meet today at 2 p.m. in the Government Organization Committee room. The agenda is posted, and Republicans will caucus at 12:30 in my office. Your Subcommittee on Local Governments will meet tomorrow at 1 p.m. in the Government Organization Committee room. The agenda is posted, and Republicans will caucus in the chair's office at 12:45. And finally, your Subcommittee on Agriculture, Commerce, and Tourism will meet tomorrow at 2 p.m. in the Government Organization Committee room. The agenda is posted, and Republicans will caucus in the chair's office at 1:45.
Gentleman, the 92nd, Douglas Height.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your Committee on Health and Human Resources will meet today, February 5th at 3:30 p.m. in the Health and Human Resources Committee room. Republican members will caucus at 3 p.m. The agenda is posted. Thank you.
Gentleman, the 43rd, Delegate Tony.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your Subcommittee on Public Education will meet today at 1 p.m. in the Education Committee room. Additionally, your Subcommittee on Educational Choice will also meet today at 1:40 in the Education Committee room. Both agendas have been posted.
Gentleman, from the 2nd, Douglas Teslo.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Your Subcommittee on Environment, Infrastructure, and Technology will meet today in the House Judiciary Committee room at 3 p.m. The agenda has been posted. Thank you.
Gentleman, the 22nd, Douglas Linville.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Members of the Cabell and Wayne delegation will please meet at the back of the chamber immediately upon adjournment. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Are there other announcements? If not, the question is on the motion that the House adjourn to 11 a.m. tomorrow. Those in favor of the motion, please say aye. Those opposed, please say no. The ayes have it. The motion is adopted. The House is adjourned to 11 a.m. tomorrow.